Alright guys, so today we are out here greasing the Mini X and the skid steer. But I'm thinking it's high time we do a review, 6-month review. What do you think?
That sounds good. Let me let Bub take over and finish this, and we can talk about them a little. You see grease coming out anywhere?
Not yet. Oh yeah.
There it is. I'm nearly done. I'll just finish it.
Alright, we'll come back when he's done. Show me the example you just showed me again.
I said dealing with my... Can you not see that you're dragging? Or here?
Bro, lift that up, bro. He hasn't driven that in a long time.
That's a no.
I'm gonna do that on
This hand. Stick it up in the air. Stick your hand up in the air.
Okay, so now back to what you were saying.
So what I was trying to explain to Erica is she gets mad at me when I holler at him all the time, but it's like he don't listen. He does not listen to simple instructions. Just like then, she said, pull over here, we're gonna put them like this so we can stand in front of them and talk. And he's like, okay, but do you want them like nose to nose, or do you want, she's like, no, put them, the fronts of them facing me out here just like this. And he's like, okay, but you want them like this? It's like, no. And I said, like, it's just like if I tell him to walk up and put the bill of his cap on the piece of that purlin right there, that upright. That's what I want you to do. He's like, well, like this? Or, I mean, you want me to do it like this? I mean, what part of my cap? You want me to put the top of it on there? No, Clancy. I want you to put the front of the bill against there. Okay, I got it. Simple instructions. And I really can't tell if he does it on purpose just to mess with me.
He probably does just to jack with you. I do stuff like that
I would think that as much as I get lively and aggravated that y'all would be like, I'm not going to do that today.
Is that the new word, lively?
And then I've told him 100 times not to spin them around on our roadways, and he just did it again over there.
You literally just told him that 30 minutes ago.
30 seconds ago.
Okay.
All right, I need to drink.
Let's go out here and make sure.
6 months ago, we got a Takeuchi. This is I want to be sure I say it right, TL10 V2. So it's a 74 horsepower. It's got a Kubota engine in it. It's the biggest one you can get at that time that didn't require DEF, diesel exhaust fluid. So, and I'm going to tell you guys why I think this is probably the best track loader on the market. Now, I haven't owned any of the other ones. My only experiences have been with this one, but I'm going to tell you why I like it so much. Number one, I'm a big guy, and this thing has got plenty of room inside of it. So if I jump in here, now I'm 6 foot tall and I weigh like 270, and this seat is, you know, that's slid back. I mean, I've still got about 4 inches between my belly and the seat here. And if I put both my elbows out, I mean, I can just barely touch the sides of this machine. I have sat in quite a few other models, and you know, it's just, they're tight and cramped, and that's not something I enjoy being cooped up. The other reason I really like the Talk is I like this fold up and down door, because if you've got something on the front of here, like a lot of times we're putting out round bales by ourselves, either Clancy or Kylie or Erica or myself, and with the door that swings out, you've almost, I would assume, have to set that bale down to get out of it to be able to cut the strings off of it and then pull back into it. You know, just, it seems hard to me, but with this one, you can just take this door, open it up, you can get out, do what you want to. You can operate it with the door open if you're, you know, doing something that requires you talking to the people that are helping you, like if we're driving fence posts or doing little stuff around here. You know, hey, I can run it and I can talk to Kylie or Clancy or Mom outside. So I really like that without that door being swung open in the way. The AC works excellent in it. The heater works good in it. Got a good radio. I love the little display down here. It's got a good set of lights all the way around it. Maybe we can get a night shot of it and throw in here, Mom. I'm going to let you work on that. And I don't know, it's just ergonomic. It fits me good. I've got lots of foot room in here, and I just love the way it feels when you're inside of it. I don't feel cramped. It's even got a little sunroof up here so you can see up above you and see out. Good visibility out the sides. It's just all around, I like it.
Do you want to show them the inside a little bit real quick? Just
Sure.
one more a little close up of some of that.
Let me turn this around. So, oh, you already had to turn around. Never mind. Turn around here. Okay. So this joystick is your forwards and reverse, side to side. Here on this side, you have your boom up and down and tilt on your bucket. Here you've got your display for all your fuel, your temperatures, all that. All the buttons right here, easy to reach, and just very simple. Very simple design, very easy to use. Oh, I'll put that back around. One thing I was kind of worried about is, I'm a bigger guy and I get hot very easily. I mean, I like it to be cool. And the first thing I noticed, like when you get in here with this door like this, you can't have air conditioner vents and stuff along these pillars because that's where your door track is. And I thought, man, I'm going to be hot in here because the only AC vents are here there's 6 of them, 3 on this side, 3 on this side, and they're kind of stationed behind you. And I'm like, I don't really know how much I'm going to like that. But the way they blow, they just kind of come right past your face. They're not blowing directly in your face. And I haven't had a time yet where I felt uncomfortable in here. And the heater works too good, really. But we do have the high flow machine, meaning it has the ability to run like a mulching head and stuff like that. We've got one of those ordered to rent. We haven't picked it up yet. We've got a little bit of mulching to do on a place we bought in town that we're going to do some development on. A little 4 acres that's just growed up with some cedars. But one of the things I really like about this is right here, all your hydraulics right here where your implements hook up, that your attachments hook up, are protected by this big piece of pipe right here. And then this shroud right here, everything's right here. It's easy to hook up. It's got a pressure relief valve right here so that when you get out of it, you can relieve all the pressures on the lines right here. And then this little setup right here is pretty neat because when you go to hook your attachments up, you push them down over your hoses hook on over the top of this, and you can't pull away from an attachment unless they're completely unhooked. That keeps you from tearing up hoses on your attachments. So I love that little feature there. It makes it pretty user friendly. The other thing I've noticed as I walk around our machine compared to some of the other machines that I've seen is they're just beefier, bigger, stouter machines, and I really like that. When I get back here to the back, when we
You almost sounded like a livestock judge just now.
I did?
Yeah, because you're like, when I work my way.
Oh, as I work my way to the end of the class, yeah. But like when you get back here at the back, you can still see out of the back of it with your rear view mirror pretty easy. It's just a big stout machine, and I love that about it.
And it has a backup camera.
And it has a backup camera. That makes it nice. When you get back here, you just open your shroud up here, and then you've got your...
Can I just say I really like the backup camera feature? I'm not really sure I would enjoy driving a skid steer without one.
Yeah, it wouldn't be, especially when it's this big, but
yeah.
You just pull a couple of bolts and your radiator swings out of the way so you can blow it out really good. And if you're in those situations where there's a lot of dust around it, because you want to keep that thing blowed out so you're not overheating, you're keeping your hydraulics cool, and you're making sure your AC works good. It's easy to just step right back here and check your oil, your fuel filters right here. I mean, it's just simple little stuff that's just user friendly when you're driving this machine. So I think we've already alluded to it or talked about it. Or is it going to be in the oil grease spots or not?
I can't remember. I think we talked. Yeah, we talked about the grease spots at the beginning, I think.
Okay. If not, we'll cover it here. Anywhere that you need grease, it's painted yellow, so it's easy to say, okay, Here's a spot I need to grease. Here's a spot I need to grease. Here's a spot I need to grease. Back over here, there's a spot on the inside. That's a spot I need to grease. So, you know, for what we do, this thing, we've hauled hay with it. We've unloaded pallets with it of feed and mineral and stuff like that. We've used it to move around our shades like this right here. These things are, I think, 3,500 pounds. It picks them up, no problem. Move them around all day, move them wherever you want to. We've done lots of like loader work with it, put a platform on it and stand up in the air and putting in lights and stuff like that. It's got a good smooth travel when you're in your, you know, your lower speed. When you get up in there in your high speed, it travels fast enough. So, you know, it's just been easy to use. It's very user friendly. One thing I don't have a problem with this, since this is the only machine we've ever operated or I've ever owned, is the controls are very sensitive, meaning that if you ask it to go, it's going to go. If you ask it to turn, it's going to turn. And that's one of the negative things I've heard from other folks that have used it and were used to driving something else is, man, that's a lot more responsive than I thought it was. But you know, I don't think that's a knock on the Takeuchi. I think that's a knock on the other brands because they're slower to respond, you know. And I love that these respond so quickly, because if I want to move just a little bit, I want to do it right then. I don't want a delayed reaction to go. So I like that about it. You know, the attachments, they're all, you know, dime a dozen there. I mean, there's Takeuchi makes some. We've got some brands that aren't Takeuchi. But it hooks up to all of them, simple and easy. Love that about it. I mean, they all do that, but excited to get to use. We've got 2 attachments that we're going to use this coming in the next 6 months. We've got the mulching head, and then we've got a trencher coming that we're going to rent for a couple weeks and do some trenching, lay some water lines. So excited to use that. If we move over to the Mini X.
You know what I like most about the attachments?
What's that?
And I don't know because I haven't driven a lot of skid steers, but
Okay.
I like that you don't have to get out to hook them up.
Right, so
Like, that's my favorite thing.
this one does have a hydraulic mechanism to locking mechanisms. Some of the older ones, I think that's getting pretty more common on most everything now, but
I guess I'm just used to our tractor.
Yeah, our tractor, you got to get out and unpin it, take it off, that kind of stuff. But this, you just pull up there and you're done.
Super nice. Okay, let me turn y'all back around.
Yeah. The Mini X, when we got it, I was like, man, I don't really think I'm going to use that thing that much, but it has been a valuable piece of equipment for the ranch, because broken water lines, it's way easier to dig up and fix stuff with this than it is trying to use a shovel or even a track loader or a tractor. I mean, you can just get in there and do whatever you want to with it. I dug a water line from my uncle with it. Was really the first job I did where I got to use it, and I used it for about 2 full days and kind of got the hang of it. It's something that takes a lot more usage on something like this to get proficient with it compared to like a track loader. But we got it. I've got it where I can do pretty decent with it, and I haven't even pulled the plastic off the seat on this one because I'm like, I want to keep this one as nice as we can. But it too has lots of room in it. I like the way when you're in it, you're locked down and you're operating. I mean, this one got good AC in it too. It's got I haven't run it in the winter enough to use a heater, but what I do like too is if you've got somebody down in a ditch or you need to talk to somebody that's outside, you can raise this window up just like you do on the track loader there, and you can talk to them. You can see if you need to lean over and see something. It's just got lots of good visibility. I haven't found anything that I don't like about them. And I'm not just saying that, guys. I mean, I really don't. I guess if I had one thing I didn't like about them, I'll tell you. I've got one thing on each one of them.
That you didn't get them sooner?
Huh?
That you didn't get them sooner?
That I didn't get them sooner, but on the Mini X, one thing I don't necessarily like about it, or I find kind of aggravating, is like if I'm going to get out and do something, I'm not always going to turn this machine off. You know, it may run for 5 or 10 minutes while I'm out doing something or, you know, looking at something. And if you leave it up in this unlocked position, it will die, or not die, but it kills itself. And I know that's a safety function so that somebody doesn't hit it or something doesn't happen while you're outside of it and get someone hurt or somebody around you hurt. So That's just a little nitpicky thing. And the only other thing that I would say is not necessarily that I don't like, and I've talked with the folks at Takeuchi about this, but this step right here is very large compared to some of the other ones. And I know it's there for stability and strength, but sometimes it kind of gets in your eye shot a little bit. But something you have to keep in mind, you have those blind spots in any of these. There's never a perfect scenario because you're sitting so close down to all of this. It's not like being in a tractor where you can see out there past it and under it and around it. You're right up on top of it. And like if you get a big bale of hay here in front of you, you can't see around it no matter what you're in. So really, guys, that's about it. I mean, I haven't found any holes in it. First service went well on both of them. No problems, no issues. It's very serviceable. You pull a couple of pans off from the underneath, roll under there on a creeper and drain the oil. Checking the final drive, super easy. We changed the oil in those, no problem. Greasing, it's easy. They load and haul very easily, very simple, no problems with that. I mean,
what about user friendliness? Can anybody here drive them?
I think so. What do you think? You got your mic on?
Yeah.
So let's interview you. You go stand over there.
I don't want to stand over
there.
there.
Get over there. Get over there.
I don't like standing here.
All right, there we go. So Erica, what do you think about?
I don't like standing here like that.
Okay, but you've never really run any equipment other than, you know, our tractor around here. Yeah. What are your thoughts on it?
I feel like every time I get on the tractor, I forget what I'm doing. I don't know why, but I need you to refresh my memory because I don't drive it enough. But every time I get in the skid steer, it's easy to, like I don't do it every day either, but I always know how to operate it. So I feel like it's a little more user friendly.
Right. What about comfort? Do you feel comfortable driving it?
Yeah. I would much rather that be my job every time we're doing something.
But to be the equipment operator?
Yeah, I'd rather be the equipment operator. AC, heat, I like it.
All right.
And both the kids can do it easy.
Yeah, that's exactly right. I mean, Clance is basically an expert at it. He runs it nearly every day. He's probably put more hours in it than anybody if I was gonna guess. He's probably spent more time on the track loader than I have. And Fred has done it a good bit too. She's put out a lot of hay with it for us, and
she'll hijack it while we're gone on doing a business trip. She'll be in it, and
she'll find something to do so she can move it around. Yeah. So there's our take on the Takeuchi TL10 V2 and
the Mini X.
And the Mini X here. This one is, they've got lots of different sizes all the way down to a little bitty one that you can like get in an elevator and take it up an elevator, or you know, up to great old big ones. This one is come here, Dora.
This one is the TB350R.
TB350R. So this is about I think it's about a 10,000 pound machine, right at it. Both of these weigh close to 10, and that's one of the reasons we selected these two, is because that's what we can haul on our trailer, is about 10,000 pounds. So that's lets us be able to use our trailer that we currently had to be able to move around the equipment as we see fit. So,
but I guess now you're going to need a trailer for your Peterbilt so you can haul both of them together, huh?
Exactly. That's my thought. I hadn't really thought about that, but I'm glad you gave me that idea. Yeah.
Yeah, so. He hadn't really thought about that, you guys.
So guys, there you have it. I think they're the best on the market. Tell me why you think I am too. Let me know. That didn't come out right.
Why you're the best on the market? You're not on the market anymore.
Why these are the best on the market? No, really, guys, just if you got any questions about them, I'd love to tell you what I know. I'm not an expert, but I also encourage you, if you want to try one out, go to your local Takeuchi dealer and just get in one and see how it feels. You know, if you're in the market for one, go sit in them before you just take the, like I'm going to buy this one because my friend said so, or I'm going to do that. Go sit in them, use them, rent one for a day or two, and drive it and make sure you like it, because it's a big investment. You want to be sure you're happy, and we are absolutely happy with ours. So until next time, y'all keep wrenching
and
praying. We'll see you later.